Have you noticed your energy isn't what it used to be? Cold feet at night, brain fog that won't lift, or maybe trouble where it really counts. But you're told it's just part of aging. What if I told you that one of the most common reasons men over 60 start to feel like they're slowing down is poor circulation, and it's not just about your heart. It affects your brain, your energy, your mobility, even your confidence. I'm Dr. Justin Keller, a urologist who works closely with men navigating this exact stage of life. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through what I see in my clinic every week. The early warning signs of poor circulation. You should never ignore what doesn't work, and may actually make things worse. The surprising daily practice that boosts blood flow, where it matters most, the foods that support healthy circulation naturally, and the gentle habits that quietly rebuild your energy, mobility, and sense of control. I'll share practical, real-world advice you can start using today. And I want you to watch until the end, because the very first habit I give you might be the most important, and it's probably something you've never been told by your doctor. If you're here, it means you're not giving up. You're ready to age with strength, purpose, and quiet power. And that's exactly what this channel, Glowing Age, is all about. Type your city in the comments below. Let's see where our Glowing Age community is tuning in from. I read everyone. If this topic matters to you, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's how I know these lessons are making a difference, and it helps me keep bringing you honest, practical guidance for living well at every stage of life. Let's get started. The hidden warning signs of poor circulation after 60. Have you ever stood up too fast, only to feel dizzy, lightheaded, or like your legs just aren't keeping up with you anymore? That's not just age catching up. That's your body quietly telling you something isn't flowing the way it should, and often it starts with your circulation. I'm Dr. Justin Keller, a urologist who spent years working with men over 60. And I'll tell you this, by the time a patient comes to me complaining about fatigue or intimacy issues, the warning signs have often been there for years. They just didn't know what to look for. Poor circulation isn't always dramatic. It doesn't have flashing lights or sirens. It's more like a dimmer switch, slowly turning down the energy in your body, your clarity of mind, even your confidence, until one day you realize something's missing. Let's start with the feet and hands. Cold hands or feet, especially in warm rooms, are often brushed off as minor annoyances. But what they're really saying is, blood isn't reaching your extremities the way it used to. And if it's not reaching there, it may not be reaching where it counts most, your heart, your brain, or your more intimate areas either. Another overlooked signal? Swelling in the ankles or legs at the end of the day. That puffiness isn't just about gravity or salt. It's often a sign that blood is pooling instead of circulating. That sluggish movement puts pressure on your veins, wears out your vascular system, and slows your body's ability to heal and function. And yes, this impacts sexual function too. Then there's fatigue. I'm not talking about being a little tired after a long day. I'm talking about the kind of fatigue that makes it hard to finish simple tasks. You sleep, but you don't feel rested. That's often because your cells aren't getting the oxygen-rich blood they need to function. Circulation is your body's delivery system. If it's compromised, everything slows down: thinking, movement, even motivation. One of the most personal yet most telling signs is erectile dysfunction. Most men are shocked when I tell them that ED is often one of the first signs of vascular issues, sometimes even before heart disease shows up. Why? Because the blood vessels involved are small and sensitive. Reduced blood flow there isn't just a bedroom issue, it's a circulatory red flag. And if you've noticed brain fog lately, that frustrating feeling when you just can't find the right word, or your mind feels like it's moving through molasses, that too may be tied to blood flow. Your brain needs a steady stream of oxygen-rich blood. When circulation drops, so does clarity. Now, here's something I see often. Men wait until these signs pile up before they speak to anyone. They write them off as just getting older. But the truth is, these signals are your body's early warnings. And the good news, when you catch them early, there's still a lot you can do to reverse the trend. You don't need pills or fancy treatments right away. You need awareness, daily movement, and nutrition that supports vascular health. So if any of these signs sound familiar, cold feet, swelling, low energy, intimacy struggles, don't ignore them. These aren't just old age. they're your body asking for help. And in the next section, I'll explain why circulation matters more now than ever. Stick with me because this is where things start to change. Why circulation matters more than ever as you age. Every system in your body depends on blood flow. It's how oxygen reaches your brain, how nutrients get delivered to your muscles, how your heart communicates with your limbs. After 60, circulation becomes more than just a background process. It becomes a critical factor in how well you age. When men hit their 60s and beyond, two things start to change in the vascular system. First, the blood vessels begin to lose their elasticity. Think of your arteries like garden hoses. When you're young, they're flexible, expanding and contracting easily. But with age, they stiffen. They don't respond as well. This slows down circulation and increases pressure in the system, often leading to hypertension, fatigue, and even cognitive decline. Second, the production of nitric oxide, a natural compound your body uses to dilate blood vessels, starts to drop. That means even when your body wants to send more blood somewhere, it struggles to do so efficiently. Less nitric oxide means slower response, poorer oxygenation, and weaker performance in both physical and mental areas. This isn't just about staying physically active. It's about your quality of life. Good circulation protects your brain. There's strong evidence linking poor vascular health with memory loss and even dementia. If blood isn't flowing freely to the brain, neurons can't fire the way they're supposed to. That means forgetfulness, slower reaction times, and less mental sharpness. It also affects your immune system. White blood cells rely on circulation to travel through the body and fight infections. Poor blood flow means slower healing, increased inflammation, and a higher risk of chronic conditions. This is why wounds take longer to heal after 60, and why you may feel more drained after a minor illness than you used to. And yes, this absolutely connects to your sexual health. Erections are a vascular event. If your circulation is poor, intimacy becomes physically difficult. But more importantly, it chips away at your confidence and your connection with your partner. I've seen men regain their sense of masculinity and self-worth simply by improving circulation, not through medication, but through smart, daily habits. Let's not forget energy. Circulation is how your muscles receive glucose, oxygen, and hormones. That sense of running on empty isn't always due to age. It's often because your blood isn't delivering what your cells need fast enough. Improve your blood flow, and you often feel like someone turned the lights back on inside your body. So here's the bottom line. The older you get, the more crucial circulation becomes, not just for your heart, but for your mind, your immune system, your energy, and your ability to live independently. This is why I tell my patients, treat your blood flow like a daily priority, not an afterthought. Because aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. With the right support, it can mean glowing forward with clarity, strength, and renewed purpose. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly what not to do if you want to protect this vital system. Stay with me. What doesn't work? Common mistakes men make. One of the biggest misconceptions I see among men over 60 is this idea that circulation problems can be patched with a pill or two. I want to be honest with you. As a doctor who sat across from hundreds of older men dealing with fatigue, low libido, swelling, and brain fog, that approach doesn't work long-term. Let's talk about the most common mistake, depending solely on medication. Now, don't get me wrong, medications like blood pressure drugs or erectile dysfunction treatments have their place. But they're not cures, they manage symptoms. And when you rely only on medications without addressing the root causes, like inflammation, poor movement, and diet, you're just buying time. You're not restoring health. Another big mistake, ignoring daily movement. I can't count the number of times a man tells me, I walk around the house, I stay busy. But when I ask, do you break a sweat? Do you breathe deeply? Do you get your heart rate up even gently? The answer is usually no. Circulation needs stimulus. Your blood vessels need that slight pressure of effort to stay responsive and flexible. When they don't get it, they stiffen and narrow like old plumbing. Then there's the diet trap. Many men over 60 believe they're eating healthy because they've cut fat. But in reality, they've replaced it with processed, low-fat options loaded with sugar and sodium. And here's the hard truth. Refined sugar and processed carbs are some of the worst offenders when it comes to damaging blood vessels. They create inflammation in the lining of your arteries, reducing their ability to expand and contract, and over time lead to insulin resistance, a major contributor to poor circulation. Excessive alcohol is another hidden danger. While a glass of red wine occasionally may support circulation due to polyphenols like resveratrol, many men unknowingly drink beyond that safe zone. Alcohol dehydrates, constricts vessels, and interferes with nitric oxide production, all things your aging body already struggles to manage. And let's not forget the emotional mistake, believing that issues like ED, fatigue, or cold extremities are just part of getting older. That mindset alone keeps men stuck. It stops them from asking questions, from changing habits, and from taking back control. When you accept decline as your destiny, you stop fighting for vitality. Lastly, I'll mention something often overlooked: poor sleep. If you're not getting deep, restorative sleep, your blood vessels never get a chance to repair. During sleep, your body releases growth hormone, rebuilds damaged tissues, and resets inflammation levels. If you're cutting corners on sleep, or suffering from undiagnosed sleep apnea, a major cause of poor oxygenation, you're slowly starving your circulatory system without even knowing it. So here's what I tell my patients. You can't outrun poor circulation with one pill, one supplement, or one good habit. Real, sustainable change comes from understanding your body, avoiding these traps, and building daily routines that support vascular health. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. And in the next section, I'll share the simple, often overlooked daily practice that's helped many of my patients regain energy, intimacy, and confidence without needing a prescription pad. The surprising daily practice that boosts blood flow naturally. If there's one daily habit I wish every man over 60 would start doing today, before medications, before supplements, it's this: a combination of gentle movement and focused breathwork, first thing in the morning. It sounds simple, but physiologically, it's one of the most powerful ways to activate circulation and restore vitality, especially in the areas where blood flow tends to fade with age. Let me explain what's happening inside your body when you do this. As you age, your blood vessels become less responsive. They don't open up as easily. Your heart works harder, and your extremities, legs, feet, and yes, your more intimate regions, get less oxygen-rich blood. But movement, even very light movement, stimulates the release of nitric oxide. This is a naturally occurring molecule in your blood vessels that acts like a relax switch. It signals your vessels to open, allowing more blood to flow where it's needed most. Now here's where it gets interesting. Studies show that nitric oxide production spikes during deep nasal breathing and light aerobic activity. That means a short, intentional routine, done right after waking, can literally turn on your circulation system for the day. So what does this look like? It's not about doing 50 push-ups or running around the block. In fact, that can backfire if your body isn't ready. I recommend this simple routine to many of my patients. Start with 2 minutes of deep, diaphragmatic breathing. Sit or stand tall and inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Repeat. This alone begins to increase oxygen in your bloodstream and calm the nervous system. Next, a short 5-minute walk, indoors or outside. Move your arms as you go. This doesn't have to be fast. What matters is consistency and rhythm. Walking activates your calf muscles, often called the second heart, because they help push blood back toward the upper body. Then, a set of 10-15 slow bodyweight squats. You don't need to go low, just focus on form. Squats engage your largest muscles, stimulate blood flow to the pelvis and legs, and encourage hormone production, including testosterone. Many men are surprised how just 10 slow squats each morning makes a noticeable difference in energy and even libido. Finish with light stretching or 2 more minutes of breathing. This cool-down allows your body to absorb the benefits of movement without stress. The entire routine takes under 15 minutes. No gym, no equipment, no fancy gear. But the internal effects, substantial. After a few weeks, my patients report warmer hands and feet, better stamina, improved intimacy, more mental clarity, and a stronger sense of control over their bodies. Why does this work so well? Because circulation isn't just about the heart. It's about pressure gradients, vessel flexibility, and oxygen delivery. When you move first thing in the morning, you align with your body's natural cortisol rhythm, stimulate circulation before prolonged sitting, and prevent blood from pooling in the lower body. You're also training your brain. This routine sends a clear message: I'm not shutting down, I'm still here, I'm still moving forward. That shift in mindset alone has a biological effect: less stress, more resilience. Some of my patients like to add a warm glass of lemon water before starting, or stand barefoot on the ground for a few minutes outdoors. That's fine, but don't overthink it. What matters most is doing it daily. If you felt sluggish, cold, or disconnected from your body lately, start here. Gentle morning movement and breathwork might sound basic, but it's one of the most underused, underestimated tools you have to restore circulation, especially where it counts. And as we continue, I'll share the foods that work with this routine to keep your blood flowing freely, day after day. Foods that fuel better circulation, especially for men over 60. The blood vessels that support your brain, heart, and yes, your intimate health are deeply influenced by what's on your plate. If you're over 60 and trying to improve circulation, you're not just feeding your body anymore. You're feeding your arteries, your endothelial cells, and the very mechanisms that keep blood flowing where it matters most. Let's be clear, no single food will fix poor circulation, but the right foods, consumed consistently, can rebuild the health of your vascular system from the inside out. One of the most powerful: beets. Beets are rich in dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, the same molecule we talked about earlier that relaxes blood vessels and increases flow. I've had patients drink beet juice or add roasted beets to their salads daily, and within a few weeks, they notice warmer extremities, better stamina, and even improved performance in the bedroom. Leafy greens like spinach, arugula, kale work the same way. These greens are nitrate powerhouses. They also contain magnesium, which helps blood vessels stay elastic and reduces pressure on the system. And here's a clinical insight: men with better magnesium levels tend to have lower rates of cardiovascular events and improved sexual function. Another underrated gem: dark chocolate. But not just any chocolate. Look for 70% cacao or higher. Dark chocolate contains flavonols that improve nitric oxide production and reduce inflammation in the vessels. Just a small square a few times a week, not a candy bar, can have measurable cardiovascular benefits. Then there's watermelon. It's more than just a summer treat. Watermelon contains citrulline, an amino acid that also helps the body produce more nitric oxide. In fact, some studies have looked at watermelon extract as a natural alternative for men dealing with mild erectile dysfunction, because of how it supports blood flow. Don't overlook turmeric either. This golden spice contains curcumin, a natural anti-inflammatory that protects the inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium. A healthy endothelium is essential for regulating circulation, blood pressure, and flow to sensitive areas of the body. Try adding turmeric to tea, soups, or a warm glass of almond milk before bed. Pair it with a little black pepper to boost absorption. And of course, we can't talk about circulation without talking about hydration. Dehydration thickens your blood, making it harder for your heart to pump it efficiently. Many older men I treat are mildly dehydrated without realizing it, especially in the morning. That's why I recommend starting the day with warm water and a squeeze of lemon, maybe with a small pinch of sea salt for electrolyte balance. This not only hydrates, but gently kickstarts circulation first thing in the day. Now, just as important as what to eat is what to avoid. Highly processed foods, like packaged snacks, fast food, and sugary breakfast cereals, wreak havoc on your vascular system. They cause inflammation, raise blood sugar, and over time, damage the lining of your arteries. This is a quiet process, but the results are visible: fatigue, numbness, cold hands and feet, and reduced sexual function. Excess salt, especially from canned and frozen meals, can also lead to fluid retention and high blood pressure, both of which put stress on your circulation. If your ankles are swelling or your blood pressure is climbing, look at the sodium on your labels. And finally, alcohol and caffeine in excess can dehydrate and constrict blood vessels. You don't have to eliminate them completely, but moderation matters. If you drink alcohol, keep it to 1 glass. If you love coffee, make sure you're also drinking enough water throughout the day. So, if you want better blood flow at 60, 70, or beyond, think about every bite as an investment in your body's most vital delivery system. Start small, add a handful of greens to your plate, try beet juice 3 times a week, hydrate with intention. You'll be amazed how your body responds when you give it the right fuel. Coming up next, I'll walk you through a few simple restorative habits, things you can do at home, before bed or during the day to keep your circulation flowing and your energy high. These are easy, practical, and often overlooked, but they make a world of difference. Add these gentle habits to keep blood flowing daily. You don't need intense workouts or drastic lifestyle changes to improve circulation. In fact, many of the most effective habits for men over 60 are gentle, easy to integrate into daily life, and require no equipment at all. When done consistently, these simple actions help keep your blood flowing, your vessels relaxed, and your energy steady, especially as your body naturally slows down with age. Let's start with a habit that surprises most of my patients: elevating your legs for 10-15 minutes each evening. This helps counteract the effects of gravity and prolonged sitting throughout the day. When you lie on your back and rest your legs up against a wall or over a few pillows, you assist the return of blood and lymphatic fluid from the lower body back to the heart. It reduces swelling, relieves pressure in the veins, and supports venous circulation. Do this before bed while listening to calming music or reading, and you'll feel the difference almost immediately in your legs and feet. Next, consider self-massage or foot massage. Gentle pressure along the feet, calves, or thighs encourages blood movement and stimulates nerve endings tied to circulation. I often recommend using warm oil, like sesame or olive oil, massaged into the skin in circular motions. This isn't just relaxing, it's based in Ayurvedic practices that have supported healthy aging for centuries. The warmth dilates blood vessels, and the touch itself improves local blood flow. For men who feel cold in their extremities or deal with cramping, this can be especially helpful. Another powerful yet often overlooked tool: contrast showers. That's alternating between warm and cool water at the end of your shower, just 20 to 30 seconds at a time. Warm water dilates vessels, while cool water constricts them. When you alternate, you train the vascular system to become more flexible and responsive. It's like exercise for your blood vessels. Many men report feeling more alert and invigorated afterward, and over time, it may reduce stiffness and improve circulation efficiency. Let's also talk about stretching and mobility work. As we age, tight muscles and stiff joints can compress blood vessels, especially around the hips, back, and legs. Gentle stretching, just 10 minutes a day, can reduce this pressure and create more space for blood to move freely. Focus on the hamstrings, calves, lower back, and shoulders. These are common areas of tightness that restrict flow. You don't need yoga or complex routines. Even sitting in a chair and doing simple toe touches or ankle rolls can make a difference over time. Here's a surprising one: laughter. It's not just emotional therapy. Studies show that laughing causes the inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium, to expand. It boosts nitric oxide levels and reduces arterial stiffness. In other words, a good laugh literally opens your blood vessels. Call a friend, watch something that makes you laugh, or recall a joyful memory every day. This isn't just good for the heart metaphorically, it's physically beneficial for your entire circulatory system. Physical touch is another essential. Whether it's holding a partner's hand, hugging your grandchild, or simply placing a hand on your chest during deep breathing, touch stimulates the release of oxytocin, which lowers stress hormones and improves vascular tone. Don't underestimate how powerful, safe, loving touch can be to your health, especially as we age. And finally, one of the most critical habits: staying socially connected. Isolation is a major risk factor for poor circulation, high blood pressure, and even early cognitive decline. Having regular conversations, sharing meals, or engaging in a group, whether a walking club, faith group, or volunteering, keeps your nervous system balanced, lowers stress, and indirectly supports blood flow. Loneliness causes the body to go into a chronic low-level stress response, and chronic stress constricts blood vessels. You don't have to do all of these at once. Start with 1 or 2. Elevate your legs tonight. Try a short stretch tomorrow morning. Build a rhythm, not a routine. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Small, gentle actions done daily are far more powerful than occasional extremes. And the more you nourish your body with these habits, the more it begins to respond. With better energy, improved mobility, warmer hands and feet, and yes, greater confidence in every area of your life. In the final part of this video, I'll leave you with a personal message and a few encouraging thoughts to help you continue this journey with strength and purpose. Let's finish this together. So now you know, circulation isn't just about blood pressure. It's your body's delivery system for energy, clarity, and confidence. And at this stage of life, it's one of the most powerful things you can support naturally every single day. You've learned the early warning signs to watch for, the habits that are quietly working against you, and the daily routine I recommend to every man over 60 who walks into my clinic. You've seen how food, movement, even laughter and connection can all help restore the flow of life from the inside out. If even one of these practices spoke to you today, I encourage you to start now. Build it into your morning. Share it with someone you care about. Don't wait for the next symptom to appear. Your body is always talking to you. It's time to start listening. And if you found value in this video, please like it and subscribe to Glowing Age. It's a small action that helps me create more of these honest, practical lessons. And it tells YouTube this is a message worth spreading. You deserve to feel strong, sharp, and connected, no matter your age. Until next time, take care of your body. It's still capable of more than you think.